Part 3, Class of 1999, Part 2. What a fucking piece of shit. What a letdown. After two awesome movies, I was like, oh, come on, at least be decent. At least be something watchable. Oh, fuck. It was so bad. Okay, I'll try to say something good first. I always try to find something good within the film. There is some decent stunt work within the film. There's a scene where a kid gets hung, and it looks really cool. They don't like pan away and then come back and then like he hit, like it shows the full him dropping off the roof, him hitting and his neck, and it's all in one shot, and it looks really really good. Then there's another time where he throws a kid down the stairs, and that's really good. So I looked it up, and the director is this like famous stunt choreographer. He's worked on like every big, so many huge budget movies today. He does all the stunt coordination. So that makes sense that the stunt work is great. I mean, the cars had barcodes for license plates. I thought that was unique and neat. I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen that before. That's a fucking stretch for a compliment. And then the ending, I thought the twist at the end was cool, but when you really think about it, it makes no fucking sense. I I don't. If for some reason you're just gonna check out this whole trilogy, I don't want to. Um, I don't want to ruin it for you. It is a pretty cool twist. It's just as I said, don't overthink the twist. So now on to the bad. Jesus Christ. This movie is, it actually technically is a sequel, even though it takes place in 2001, being called Class of 1999 Part 2. It clearly states in the film that it's 2 years since the events of the last film. I read that the film was actually originally supposed to be called Class of 2001, The Substitute. Why they didn't do that, I honestly have no idea. I guess they were just trying to, capitalize on the success of 1999. I don't know how successful that film was or wasn't, but clearly that's what they were doing. There's this like private investigator, detective guy who is looking for the fourth, uh, you know, uh, robot that Mega Tech had made, and he's trying to hunt him down. Now, this movie has almost nothing to do with schools. He never teaches really in a class. There's like one scene where he goes into a classroom for like 2 seconds. The whole movie is just this guy who's chasing after this girl, the teacher, and never alludes to why. It's never addressed in the film. If it's in there, I fucking missed it. But he says that his mission is, he's got to accomplish his mission and eliminate all enemies. They never illustrate why she's the enemy and why he's so, is so hell-bent on killing her specifically. But here's something that happens in the movie a couple times, and it fucking frustrated me to death. He is trying to kill the enemy. He is at her house with a knife behind his back. He's about to pull it out to stab her. The gang kids come to her house to shoot the place up, and he does everything in his power to jump in front of the bullets and save her life. Then later in the movie, same thing. The same gang is about to kill her. He runs in and saves the day because he wants to do it himself, and no one gets to do it but him. And then he's just killing everyone else too, that she's not even around, so she's not really the main objective. Is she? Is she not? That's so unclear throughout the film. The dystopian future that's created in the second one, the first one isn't dystopian. The second one is. The third one isn't. So in 2 years, I guess they must have got a really good president or something, because he seemed to clean up everything. There's still some troubled kids But the whole like dystopian future where all the kids have taken over and they've quarantined zones and whatnot, gone. Just totally gone. Just totally like everyone's you know, the whole everything looks great, you know, total nice neighborhoods, and so that's just thrown out the door. And of course that's probably due to budgetary restraints. I completely understand that. The you know, the substitute that's killing everybody, he uses the same one-liners, like just a variation of it, you know, like class dismissed and class is out or something. I mean, it's just like exactly the same fucking thing over and over. So they tried to kind of like bring back those, and it just doesn't work. Um, Same thing yet again, where the students, this happens throughout all the films, where the students are, you know, very mischievous and are doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and are, you know, telling the teachers to go fuck themselves to their face, and being, you know, not listening at all. And then the next minute it's like, sit down, and the person's like, and the kids are just like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'll listen, and for no reason at all. And then a minute later they're being fucking dicks again. It's so just, and it's, you know, I will at least say that there seems to be continuity in it. It happens in all fucking three films, so it actually kind of is a thing, I guess. The drug edge returns. It's in the second one. I don't remember if it's in the first one. I don't think it is. So there's a little connection. And as I said, he is hunting the fourth robot from the second film. So it is a sequel. I actually thought this was going to be just a killer, you know, killer substitute teacher that they just threw this title on. But it actually is technically a sequel, even though they completely do away with some of the continuity. You know, there's another scene in this movie where this, you know, this random guy, the main character's boyfriend is having a cop come over to his house, and he's just showing him around his house, and he's showing him these, you know, he shows him these gas filled paintballs that are, you would think would come up later in the movie, like that's how he's going to save the girl. He's like, don't use those are for tests or this and that, and you're like, oh, this is how he's going to save the day. Those aren't used again, so those are completely pointless to the movie. And then later he's showing the cop his homemade, once you activate it you can't deactivate it, suicide vest. Fucking straight up suicide vest, showing a cop in his house. They're not like good buds or anything. He's just the cops coming over, and the cop's like, oh, this is really cool, sets it down and walks away. Now, I'm willing to look past a lot of shit, but fuck me. There's so much fucking bad here. It's just, it never, none of the film is fun. There's nudity from the main lead. And it's good. I mean, she's a very attractive woman. She's got great, you know, tits and whatever. But the sex scene is then kind of interspliced with the main, you know, antagonist shooting up this random place. They show it earlier in the film. I can't even remember what the place is. But it just keeps cutting back and forth between the sex scene and him shooting this place up. He's not shooting anybody. He's not shooting at anything really specifically. He's just kind of trying to do away with it. And I swear he shoots a picture frame like 47 times. He shoots it, then it goes on the ground. He shoots it again, and then he shoots it again. And it's like a fucking full-on automatic machine gun. So it just keeps blowing all these. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I was so bummed out watching this movie because I just wanted to like it so bad. And when it started, I was like, oh, this might be all right. It just never, ever was interesting. It never had any fun to it. No laughter, no cool, anything. It's just shit. It's fucking shit. Damn it. I hate talking bad about movies, especially shitty low-budget horror movies like this, but fuck. It's like they made this movie to piss me off. Ugh. Don't watch it. Don't fucking watch it. Just skip it. watch part 1 and 2. Unless you're a completist and a masochist like me who has to fucking finish everything. And, I just had friends try to get me to do the 16 witchcraft movies. And I was just like, no fucking way. Because I know if I watch the first one, I'll watch them fucking all. And I just don't got time for that shit. I don't want to sit through a bunch of garbage. I just sat through enough right here. And I'm sure I've sat through plenty of garbage in my life. Don't get me wrong. I love this shit. But man, this was a waste of time. What a fucking nightmare. So, yeah, please avoid it. Bye.